Hello and welcome along to a massive episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 89 today and we are back for three big events. Firstly, the semi-final second leg in the Carabao Cup as we face Mikel Arteta's Manchester City for a place in the final against Championship opposition. We then have transfer deadline day. It's been a very quiet month so far, particularly in terms of ins. But we might need one more squad player, particularly given the couple of outs we've had. So we'll wait and see what happens on that front and we'll have a roundup of transfer deadline day. And then finally, we've got a North London derby. Not often, probably the least important of the three. We're definitely not going to win the league now. We're falling away a little bit, I think. And with United, the next game after that, we'll probably fall away completely. But we've got to look over our shoulder. We're now only 7 points clear of Leeds in 6th place. And if we're not careful, we could fall out of the top 4. So lots to look forward to, a massive episode in this season. If you're looking forward to it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content. There's links to all the playlists and special videos in the eye above and to the Twitch channel where we've just reached affiliate in the description below. Thank you so much for your incredible support as we get through another month with Tottenham Hotspur. Let's go and have a look at the schedule, see what's been going on since you were last with me. So a little bit of an inconsistent January, I think we'd describe it as. Now what's most concerning probably, if you have a look at the fixtures, we had a big run of home games in December, we were doing really well. But if you take out West Brom on the 5th of December, we have not won an away game in 2 months. We lost to Brentford, yes we nicked a 1-0 at West Brom, but we then lost to Chelsea, we've lost to Aston Villa, we've drawn at Manchester City, which in the end turned out to be a good result. And we've lost away at Everton. At home, bar the FA Cup tie, we've been seamless. But it has been very narrow. We've not been winning big victories here. We're getting 1-0s, we're getting 3-1s, we're getting tight results. So let's go and have a look at what's been happening. A 3-1 win against Leicester started our run off camera. Nikola Vlasic got one back just before the break after Reina and Pereira had opened the scoring at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But Ryan Wright wrapped it up just after half time. A late consolation from Pereira just before the hour mark made a grandstand finish at Villa Park, but we did lose 2-1, and his two former Channel heroes, one from this series, Moussa Djenepo at Southampton, and one from our Builder Nation with Cliftonville in FM20, that man Nico Williams. We bounced back though with a 4-2 win against Colchester in the FA Cup. A hat-trick from Thomas Parks and one from Salvatore Esposito booked our place in the 4th round. A 0-0 draw away at Manchester City in the first leg of the semi-final we complete today. If we win that, you have to think we're favourites for the competition. And it will definitely write what's going to happen in the next episode. A 1-0 win at home to Bournemouth, Franco Espinosa with the winner there. A 3-1 defeat at Everton, Pereira got the consolation. It did actually get us back on terms with 15 minutes to go, but we fell away very quickly. A 1-0 win at home to Wolves, Joel Santos with an early winner there. He's out injured at the moment, unfortunately. And then a 1-1 draw at home to Blackburn in the FA Cup. A dominant display. That Jacob Brown goal, the only shot we conceded in the whole match. But Thomas Park's goal wasn't enough, and we're going to need a replay in 10 days' time. So that leaves us in this position where we face Manchester City. Patrick Southam cup tied, Joel Santos out injured. And we're actually struggling to fill a bench. Our former Southampton man, Ant Folwell, is doubtful as well for City. But the visitors will take comfort from our transfer window. If we have a look at what's been happening, there's no deals in terms of big ins that we got to look forward to. There has been one in this month, but it's been today, and it's been for a sort of backup young player for the under-23s. Marlon Carozo from Independiente, 725,000. It's a decent young midfielder, to be fair to him, but not quite ready for first team level. So he'll sit in the under-23s. Think he might already be there. Let's have a look. He is. So not going to be affecting the first team this season. However, what sort of happened is the loaning out of backup squad players. And I don't really understand it because you're not going to get cheap replacements in. You're not going to be able to get loan players in unless you're going for the luck that you had with Santa Maria last year. But I don't really get it. I must be honest. I'm puzzled by this month's action. Few of the youngsters gone from the 23s on permanence. That's fine. So we've got Cleanthus, who has gone to Leicester for 650 grand. Looks a decent player, but probably wasn't going to make it. Alfred Asamoah at 19, the Ghanaian centre-half, has gone to Nottingham Forest. That one up to $250,000. Dan Cox to Newcastle, 325 grand. Again, decent ability, not the biggest potential. And Famara Senghor has gone on loan, and he is going to the MLS for this season. A decent goalkeeper, never going to make it here. The two that I don't get, though, are these two. Max Soden, who has gone to Club Brugge, homegrown at the club, had been here for a little while, had done quite well for us off the bench at times. Now, he's not going to be involved again. He's going to Club Brugge, he makes our Champions League squad weaker, he takes out a backup option in the squad, so today with Santos injured, Akone comes in, there's no backup. And that's the problem with Soden being gone. So he's going to be playing for Club Brugge. Of course, we're in our group in the Europa League, over in our Build a Nation with Bangor City this season. And then Maximiliano D'Onofrio has gone to River Plate back in his homeland Argentina. He was just improving, he was starting to make appearances this year, particularly in other cup competitions, and he possibly would have started against Blackburn. But on this occasion, he's dropped out the side. I'm not quite sure why he's been let go. He was throwing a few things out about potentially not getting in the team. So two good young players that just filled voids in the squad, were also quite competent off the bench and versatile when we needed to rest some players. And they're not available now. So no strengthening, 2 first team squad members gone. Not the ideal January really, but there's tomorrow to fix that. And if we look, there's 8 million and 82 grand a wage budget. Are you going to be able to replace them for that? Probably not. Explains why it shouldn't have been done. But let's get on to the main event for today, which is Tottenham versus Manchester City. Forget the North London derby. Forget the fact that we've got transfer deadline day tomorrow. If we win this, we're favourites to win a trophy. And that is our objective every season. Premier League last year, just about, tick. Yes, we lost the Europa League final. But if we win this, it just takes the pressure off the rest of the year. So let's go and get into it. We know we'll be facing Sheffield United if we get through. They edged out Swansea in the semis. A fair few changes being recommended by the assistant, but we're not going to make them. This is what we've gone for. I've just noticed Scotter's heavy match load, so I'm actually going to make one change. Montalvo in for him, right into the number 10 position. And that means nobody has got a heavy match load in that squad. So fingers crossed, everyone will get through the 90. You can see with Kobos having another little knock, we've actually not got much of a squad left at all here. We've got Loic Willems in goal, Sailmakers and Smith the wallbacks with Anache alongside Le Monaco as centre-half. Le Monaco obviously playing in this competition due to Southern being out. Reina and Montalvo in the middle due to that late change, Ryan right in front of them. And then Akone covering on the right, Espinoza in on the left. And Federico Pereira. Not been in great form recently. Has picked up the odd goal, but not looked particularly threatening while doing so. He's still a wonderful striker. He's still got all the talent in the world. But the goals, the performances, everything drying up a touch. So let's go and see if today changes that. Tottenham Hotspur v Manchester City. And the winner gets to the final. And with lower league opposition waiting there, surely they'll win the trophy as well. Let's go and find out if it can be us. Here is the lineup then. It is basically first choice for City. One notable name in there, Nuno Mendes, the left wing back. He's a player that we had last season, of course, was back up to Aaron Smith. The right wing back, Daniel Van Hove, was at Leeds until the summer, and he's someone that the Tottenham director of football tried to sign. In the end, wasn't able to get him, so Sailmakers, a former City man, still first choice. Lots of little weird coincidences there. But let's go and get into the first half. They're two pretty evenly matched sides. And just hope that as City start to revive under Mikel Arteta, we can stop them in their tracks here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 90 minutes and a 1 win away from the EFL Cup final. Now let's go and see if we can complete the job. It's going to be difficult. Let's see if we can do it. As we're 15 minutes gone, it's been nice and quiet so far. We've got it advanced on the right, though it's given away there. Camavinga inside his own box, tries to switch the play. Rodrigo clears it. Sailmakers intercepts though. Against his former club, finds Reina, Le Monaco, up to right. In towards Espinoza, is cleared away again. A little bit scrappy, both sides poor in possession. Though Sailmakers releases Ryan Wright. And I tell you what, we pushed him forward with that late change. He's not always been great in that role. But Ryan Wright gets the first goal of the tie. And with 105 minutes gone overall and 15 in this second leg, it's 1-0 to Spurs. And we're back in charge. But immediately, it is followed by bad news. Giovanni Reina has picked up a knock. The injury's affecting him. He's got a twisted knee. Do I bring on Lee Farrell or do I just bring Scotter on? I think we have to ignore the heavy match load now. Wright will drop into midfield. In fact, no. We'll leave Scotter as the Mazzala. Ryan Wright's playing well. Let's leave him where he's doing that. Hopefully, we can stay on top as a result. As Van Hove throws in from the right to Rodrigo. Manchester City in possession here. Can we press them high enough to stop them getting out? I think they're going to beat it. The keeper goes long out to the left wing. Sailmakers wins it. Excellent work. Akone flicks on. Pereira's got in. It's a great save by the keeper. The commentary says it all. It's a fine stop. But what an easy way to get in. You'd be worried if you're a City manager there, as Espinosa's in-swinging corner is headed away. Le Monaco gets there first. Montalval loves a long-range effort, but instead goes back there. Sensible play, keeps the ball. City yet to have a shot in this match. Not even on target, although they've just had one there. And we yet to see a highlight from them attacking. Escotta gets it from the goal kick to Montalval. Can we get a second on the stroke of half-time? Not with passes like that. Espinosa just beats the wing-back to it. Through to Perea. He's brought down, surely. Where is the foul referee? Come on. Long ball out to Enache. Montalval wins it back. We're not letting them out of the half. We're pressing them. We're harrying them. We're forcing mistakes defensively. As Montalval and Scotta play a 1-2. Van Hove hacks clear to Enache. Montalval starts again though to Scotta. To Wright. To Perea. Lovely interchange in football. Sailmaker's overlapping down the right. Gets towards the byline. 3 in the middle if he can cross. Instead goes back to Ikone. To Montalval on the edge. The shot's blocked this time. We often see those flying in. But second time, it's even closer. Sailmakers whistles a beautiful ball across the near post. And Perea, with his weak foot, thunders it against the woodwork. It's a goal kick off the outside of the post. And at half-time, we lead 1-0. Probably deserve to be more. And are we going to regret the fact it's not? Let's go and find out as we head into the second half. We've got an injury to Espinosa, so he yielded the second sub for a twisted knee of the day. And that only leaves us one more move. We could be in a spot of bother if this goes much longer. So 20 minutes to go, and in an ideal world here, I'd like to take off Ikone. Now, there's two things I can do here, thinking each way. I can push Sailmakers forward and bring on Iriarte as the right back, or I can bring on Thomas Parks and put Perea out to the right. Now, Perea suits it in terms of his attributes, but he's not natural out there, whereas Sailmakers gives us a more defensive option. What I'm going to do, though, is completely go for it. Let's get the second goal. Perea out to the right-hand side. Thomas Parks up front. Let's go for the goals. It's 1-0 and we want it to be more. That might be the stupidest thing I've done in a long time. And with 10 minutes to go, it's Perea with a free kick. Lovely reverse ball to Yildiz. Tricked everyone there, including me. Yildiz back to Perea again. 2 in the middle. Perea would have been one of them. Into Ryan Wright, who scores again. What a moment for him to turn up. He's normally the one that goes missing in the big games. Him and Montalval normally hiding under a blanket like that. But today, they've been the two that have turned up. Ryan Wright with a brace. Perea going to a wide position, getting that extra attacking body on. In the end, has got us to the Carabao Cup final. It should be a big trophy for Tottenham Hotspur. We've got championship opposition in the final. But that is a thoroughly professional performance. At home, we've virtually been invincible. It's been faultless work. On the road, we've got to sort ourselves out. That's going to come a bit later on. We'll find out who we've got in the final. I'm pretty sure it's Sheffield United. We'll be back in a moment to review transfer deadline day. We're back for North London derby time, and there are a few injury troubles. So, Jamie Cobos remains some way short of full fitness. Joel Santos, not recommended selected, failed fitness test. Giovanni Reina, who picked up the knock in midweek, some way short of fitness, should be monitored, not peak condition. Not the best start to the day. However, let's have a quick confirmation of a couple of other things first. So in terms of the schedule, just to confirm that the League Cup final will be against Sheffield United, it will be the next episode. In terms of the transfer window and transfer deadline day itself, Kagla Siunchu, despite being transfer listed by request, rejected a move away. I've taken him out of the Champions League squad now. The reasons for that will become clear in a moment. If we go to the transfer history on deadline day, one more youngster left the club in Matt Adams, not really got the biggest potential. 2 more youngsters came in. Yusuf Atiabu is a young Moroccan defender who's not great, to be brutally honest. And Gianluca Borelli is a Napoli defender who isn't particularly good either. Neither of them are going to make it here, but they've combined to spend 145 grand, which is basically what we gained for Adams, so no harm, no foul. What we have done, though, is taken Siunchu out the Champions League squad because we've had to promote some people to the Premier League one. And the first one of those is a new midfielder in Umar Omotoyo. Now, he is a 2.5-star midfielder now. Centre mid, can play attacking mid, defensive mid and cover at right back and right wing back. If you look at his attributes, actually looks pretty good compared to Onofrio now. So for us, if we can push one of those other centre mids forward when we need to, and then Omotoyo can be a backup centre mid, I'm happy with that. So just to give us a little bit more depth in the squad. We have got a couple of others in the under-23s. I've also put Kobos in the Champions League squad this time as well, but he's not homegrown at the club, so we had to take Siunchu out to do it. If we hadn't lost Soden, I wouldn't have needed to do that. In terms of the 23s though, we've still got Junior Aziz, who scored in one of the Champions League games, and we've got Paul Turner at 24, who's just another one of those versatile midfield options, can play right back, centre mid, attacking mid. In terms of Junior Aziz, up front, attacking mid, centre mid. It just gives us a few options. So I don't expect any of them to really play much, but they're there if we need them. So the North London derby is the big game today. United are running away with things at the top. They are now 8 points clear after beating their nearest rivals Chelsea, who we can overtake if we win this North London derby. And more importantly, if we get the result, we can move up to 56 points. That will be 9 clear of Liverpool, 8 clear of Arsenal, and in pole position for a top 4 finish. So let's go and get into the game. Let's go and have a look at the lineup, and we'll run you through the 11 in a second. So a heavy match load for a few of the lads in this game. But again, we've got the Cup replay in the week where we're going to rest everyone. And then we've got United away next Saturday where people will be back. But today we've had to make quite a few changes, many of which are enforced. Iriarte is in for the very tired Sailmakers at right back. Southern back in for Le Monaco after being cup tied for the League Cup fixture. Scotta in for the injured Reina, which means Ryan Wright still keeps his place as the number 10. Montalval stays in the middle. Ikone's going to play off the right again. We haven't really got many other options, although Kobos is going to be the one we risk back on the bench today. So that's the lineup. A few additions to the bench again. The likes of Esposito, Justin, not quite as strong as normal. We've got to keep everyone fit. Into the game we go. It is the North London derby at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And thankfully, we've been pretty good at home this season. So let's go and see if we can keep that run going. A big game against Arsenal. Let's see if we can win it. Most of the usual stars in the Arsenal team. Gutierrez up front, McNeil's there, Lewis Cook, Gabriel and Todibo centre-half. We know it's a very good side, but generally, we've had the better of them in recent matches. So we're going to tell the lads to keep going, to prove a point, to pick up where they left off in the last match. So if they play like they did against Manchester City, I'll be a very happy man. Let's get into the first half and see if they can. And very quickly we're back as Costa Lima is playing out from the back for Arsenal. To Lewis Cook in the middle. Gets it wide to Magana. We don't want to concede too much territory early on, and we certainly want to press a bit quicker than this. Matthias Enrique in the centre circle. Got a chance to switch right. Magana gets there first. The defender's closing him. Not quick enough to the ball. It's back to Enrique. Good challenge from Iriarte, but it's straight back into Lewis Cook in the Arsenal midfield. He plays to Gabriel. They're not forcing it. They're waiting for the right opportunity to play. And they've got plenty of players who can produce that pass. As Cook finds Magana again. He looks to be the one trying to unlock us at the minute. Cook back to Todibo. Just inside the Arsenal half. Chips into Yeremin. Brilliant ball to McNeil. He's through 1-on-1. And that is a disastrous start for Tottenham. 2.5 minutes gone. We're behind in the North London derby. And we need a reaction very quick because that is an awful start. And we're watching Arsenal play out again. This is not what we anticipated based on our home form, based on our recent home games against Arsenal. As Yeremin's put Gutierrez in, it could be 2. What a challenge from Willems. Sticks out a leg, not goalkeeping, more of a sweeper centre-half. But excellent work nonetheless, as Wright comes past halfway. He's got Perea with him, he's going alone for now, was the hero in the League Cup, and this time he's gone all the way to the box. He's run nearly half the length of the pitch there. And Peter Banks is going to VAR. We're waiting to see what happens at the screen, but surely he wouldn't have stopped the game if it wasn't going to be a pen. Because he was still in, he still had the ball on that left side of the box. He's got to give it. And then the question is, can Perea score? Because he has been far from consistent from the spot, despite his great rating. The penalty is awarded. Perea is still the best penalty taker. He steps up left-footed. Costa Lima in the goal. Perea! This time no mistake. It's a big North London derby and he will not miss today. Thrashes it into the corner. The keeper went the right way, but he was never getting there anywhere near quick enough. Excellent work from Perea. And 1-1 after 15 minutes. Ryan Wright, again the man driving forward. It's coming into a real purple patch here. As Magana goes through to Yeremin. Are we going to give it away immediately? Oh, it's a good challenge in the end. And Willems holds it up. But they're getting in behind us really quickly there. I don't quite know how to stop it. Should we change the fullbacks? Because they look unhappy. Let's get fullbacks on defend. Let's just try and shore things up. Even if it's for 15 minutes or so. Well, it's half-time and a slight tactical tweak to the fullback's duties just seem to have shored us up. We have now had the better of the game, but it's still 1-1. And to be honest, the Premier League's becoming our problem this season. Defending the title won't happen now. You can see how strong United are. Even Chelsea are better than us this season. But what we've got to do is stay in touch. Make sure we're comfortably in the top 4. So when we get to a League Cup final, when we get to an FA Cup tie, which by the way, if we get through the replay against Blackburn, we've got a League 2 side at home. We've got to prioritise the cups. I want to rest people for the Champions League. But none of that happens if we're scrapping around for fourth. What we're going to do is take off 3 of these 4 knackered legs. So Espinosa will be replaced by a Yildiz. Farrell will come on for, I was going to say Montalval, but he's having a good one. So Ryan right, and we'll push Scotter up, Montalval to the Mazzala. And then Esposito's apprehensive, so I'll leave him for now. And Cobos will come on the right wing. I'm not going to do what we did last time. I'm going to try and get 2 wingers on to protect the fullbacks a bit. And Thomas Parks, I'm afraid, will have to stay on the bench here. 15 minutes to go. We've been a far the better side second half. But can we find a winner without those attacking threats from fullback areas? As Lima picks it up at the back to Todibo. Here's Gabriel into midfield to Enrique, and now Jacobs on the left. Down the line to Dwight McNeil. He could go over the top. Gutierrez will chase it, and Southern does really well. It's Calvert-Lewin actually up there now. Gives it into Scotter in midfield. Over to Smith. It looks like the midfielders have swapped roles again. It's happened with a few subs recently. A Yildiz through ball is intercepted. Farrell gets it again. Finds Montalval. Oh, he's done it again. I don't know what's going on with the tactical roles in the middle there. We'll change them back to where they were previously. Montalval in the holding role. Scotter number 10. And in fact, Farrell was the deep line playmaker. But for the 10 minutes that it has worked out in the opposite way, it's actually ended up benefiting us. Because Montalval, he doesn't offer much in the games. He's a tidy player. He doesn't do anything spectacular until he gets the ball 25, 30 yards out without pressure. Then he can score with almost every shot, and he might have just won us the North London derby as Cobos gets it on the right wing. Cutting inside, no pressure at all. He's got 2 up with him. He's got all the way over to the left side of the box here. He's brought down again. It didn't look a foul this time, but the referee's given it, and we're off to VAR for the second time. Now the referee's given it, so it's just the earpiece he's going to this time. And let's see what he does. He says penalty again. If Pereira can score another one, it will be 3-1 to Tottenham with 8 minutes to go. And surely the North London derby won. Now can he do it? The Argentinian striker went the other way. The keeper got there and tipped it wide. In fairness, it didn't look a bad penalty. It was hit with venom. It was low. It was hard. It was a wonderful save by the keeper. Papetti heads the corner away. Will we be punished for it? Or can we hang on for the 2-1 win? Certainly a grandstand finish that we weren't expecting. They've gone 4 up front, Arsenal. So what can we do? I don't think we've got a defensive midfielder anywhere, although Scotter can play there. So let's drop him in for a moment. He'll be a deep line playmaker on defend. We'll just keep the rest as they are, to be honest. We'll drop the wingers, so we'll have a 4-1-4-1, and we'll just try and cling on. We're going to go balance. We're going to time waste our backsides off. We're going to try and get to the corner flag to win a North London derby. And we've got through half the stoppage time. It does not look like there's going to be another Arsenal chance. We win the North London derby by 2-1. Yes, refereeing decisions helped us, but I think the one that was a contentious penalty is the one that was missed anyway. It's a Montalval screamer that decides it. It was a really professional, efficient performance. We're not at our best, but we're doing enough at home. So the win leaves us comfortably in the top 4 and maybe with just a smidgen of a sniff at the title race. But if, as I suspect, based on our recent away form, we lose at Manchester United next Saturday, then we can probably kiss goodbye to that hope. What we've got to do though, if we look at the schedule, is focus on the other competitions. Because we've got a Carabao Cup final on the 3rd of March. Our first English domestic cup final in our years down here at 3 clubs. It's going to be a massive occasion against Championship opposition. We've also got Champions League knockout football to come. We'll probably show a bit of that as the season goes on. But if you did enjoy this episode, 2 incredibly efficient performances, please do put a thumbs up on the video. If you want to stay up to date though and find out how many trophies we can win, if any at all, in the cups this year, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily videos released from 2 FM21 stories, as well as special videos up in the eye above, and live streams from Twitch in the description below. Thank you for helping us reach affiliate there. It really is greatly appreciated. But I'll see you next time. A League Cup final, a first English domestic cup final, and surely as heavy favourites, we have to get the win. I'll see you next time to find out if we can.